Hi, and welcome to episode 36 of the Cat Lady podcast. It is December 9th, 2015. Remember the date this time. I'm Andrea, also known as the Cat Lady. That's 2T, C-A-T-T, craft all the things. Thank you for coming and checking me out. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, again, an extra thank you for coming back. This week we'll be talking podcast news, knitting, sewing, some stash, and a week in review. You can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, everything kind of as the Cat Lady. Make sure it's 2 T's. If you do a Google search for the Cat Lady, everything seems to come up. So, and of course you're watching me on YouTube, so I'm the Crafty Cat Lady on YouTube. So please feel free to subscribe. I'm doing pretty good with subscribers. I think I'm like 315 on YouTube, which is pretty cool. Close to 300 on Ravelry. I don't remember. I'm only at like 200 on Facebook, but I don't really use Facebook much. I post my web, post the links to the episodes and everything. That's about it. Mainly Instagram is my biggest obsession, I guess. Social media obsession, because it's fun to post pictures and look at everyone else's pictures, and it's just such an easy little thing to do. It's like easier than Twitter's kind of cool because it's like you just write the short little snippet, but Instagram's even better because you get to put a picture with it too. So anyways, and then everything from Instagram just goes to Twitter and Facebook. So anyways, blah blah blah. Today's gonna be a lot of blah blah blah. Probably all the episodes for the rest of the year will be a lot of blah 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 chatty stuff because I'm working on finishing up things. I'm saving a lot of cast-ons till winter camp, which I will talk about winter camp if you haven't heard. So there's a lot of just kind of odds and ends that are being wrapped up, and of course it's the holiday season, so things are extra busy. So anyways, today's show notes are brought to you by expired Joann's coupons, Panera Bread, and a random local restaurant. So I wrote my notes today while I was in Panera, actually. Was it today's receipt that I used? Doesn't matter. No, it wasn't. So anyways, I was joking on Instagram today. I probably have a whole notebook worth of receipts in my wallet. So, I just pulled them out and went at it. So we'll jump right into podcast news. I did a giveaway between the last podcast and this podcast. I did a giveaway. I don't think I mentioned it last podcast, did I? I don't remember. But anyways, I did a giveaway for a hat pattern. Maybe I did mention it. I don't know. And I wanted to just say congrats to our winner, Ars Island Crafts. Sorry, I don't exactly know how to pronounce it, but she won the Felix hat, which is a pattern by Megan Sanders, who is a Zevril on Ravelry. So congratulations. And the proceeds to that pattern went to Hunger for America or some kind of charity. So I thought that was pretty cool. So congratulations to our winner. We have the Mint Rain hand-dyed yarn giveaway going on, which is the Berry Sunday, which doesn't really show up true to color. Actually, that's pretty good. I think I was showing it in the basement last time, and the color wasn't very good, so this color is pretty good. It's like pink and red and kind of a plum purple blend. I think it is striping. I think it is a self-striping, yes. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards, self-striping, called Berry Sunday. And on her twist sock base, all you need to do is go to her Etsy store and post in the giveaway thread what color you like. This is what you'll win, of course, but just go check out her yarn. She also offered us a coupon code, the Cat Lady. 2 T's, remember, all one word, for 10% off until the end of the year. So if you see something that you have to have, I think she's past her deadline for Christmas deliveries, but after Christmas presents are fine too. So check out that. The giveaway is going to go on until next time I record. So I will draw a winner next time I record. I think we have like 50 people already in there, so that's pretty good. So next record, so next week sometime, I will draw a winner. So good luck. Other podcast stuff going on. The CATT along is also going on. It's another week left for that. We have about 50 or so entries in that, and everything is so cute. Every time I see something, like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. I should be posting the chatter thread, but like, hey, I love this thing, but I don't know, it's like I just want to post it right in that thread. I wish there was a way to do that, but there's not. So anyways, I love everybody's entries so far. They've all been great. And again, if you have not posted into Sarah, the Canadian Knitters group, please feel free to go over there because she is offering different prizes, and I will show you the bags that I'm offering up. You'll have a choice of 2 different bags, and they're in this pile here, but I'll show you when I get into sewing because I don't know. I'll just show you when I get into sewing. They're not done yet. So anyways, choice of 2 bags that I made. A CATT bag. I'm going to show you now on my choice of CATT bag. So again, they need the casing and the drawstring. So this bag or fox bag. So I figured the CATT along needs to have a animal themed prize. Just white on the inside. Kind of a elegant bag. So those are the bags that I decided for the CATT along prize. And then a $5 credit, pattern credit, US, for a Ravelry pattern. So a pattern of up to $5. If it's $5.99 or something, you know, let me know. I can probably swing 6, but I think the average pattern is between $5 and $6. So, you know. In other coupon code news, so we have the coupon code from Mint Rain, and then Sue, the Tangled Skein CA, who is from the Two Tangled Skeins podcast. She makes these awesome Japanese knot bags. So it kind of goes like this. And if it's a yarnet's in there right now. So my little winter kitty. So this will be on my wrist all winter long. Anyways, 15% off in her shop. $10 minimum purchase, and which is pretty easy to get that. And she has extended the coupon all the way through winter camp, so all the way through the end of March. So that's really awesome. So if you're looking at those knot bags and want one of those, you have until the end of March to take advantage of 15% off. She is also going to do a giveaway for the podcast, and I will post more information, or we'll actually do the giveaway after the holidays. So after you get some holiday extra spending money maybe, or you know, the budget looks a little better after all these gift giving is over, maybe you can scoot on over there and, or maybe you can, yeah, I don't know. It's a giveaway, I guess. I don't really know, but anyways, go buy her bags. That's all I have to say. But anyways, I'm gonna wait till after the holidays rush is over, and we'll do a giveaway. You know, go check out her bags. And if you have any fabric requests or colors that you don't see on her site, send her a message. She has tons of fabric that's not listed, and she'd be happy to work with you. So, anyways, it feels like it's been a Monday. It's Wednesday. It feels like it's been a Monday. Just one of those, like, everything goes wrong days. So, yeah. So, anyways. So, right now, and again, Tangled Skein news, she is doing a huge giveaway in her group. So, she's got her own Ravelry group, the Tangled Skein CA. I've linked it many times in my show notes, and we'll link it again. But she's giving away a wee bag, a sock bag, and a sweater bag. This is considered a sock bag. So, we have the wee bag, which is a little bit smaller, and the sweater bag, which is huge. All 3 giveaway. You have to watch the latest episode of Two Tangled Skeins, which is episode 138, to find out how to win. So it's super secret. And then, yeah, and then the actual giveaway is going on in her thread on the Tangled Skein CA. So she talks about it on Two Tangled Skeins, giveaways on the Tangled Skein. So super secret, super fun, so super clever. Okay, so introductions, if you want to come say hi. Sorry, I have a lot of podcast news today. So if you want to come say hi to me, I will say hi to you on the podcast. So we have got a number of introductions today. So let's see. Snippin' Fool is Mary from Louisiana. She relearned how to knit in 2008, and that's when I learned how to knit too. So she learned when she was a kid, but didn't really, you know, stick with it, relearned as an adult, and is going at it strong. So welcome. Victorian Studio is Maureen from Winnipeg, and she has the Victorian Studio podcast, which I have heard of before, but haven't checked out, so I will have to add that to my list. I'm already behind on podcast watching right now, but I'll add that. Hopefully can add that into my rotation sometime soon. So she heard about my podcast through the Canadian Knitter. She has 3 cats, so welcome. David's playing in the bathroom. Okay, so Spinning Phoenix is next. Beth from St. Louis. She's been knitting since she was 7. She's been spinning for 12 years. She has 2 cats, one of them who is 20. My cats just turned 13, 12 or 13. So if they live to 20, that would be incredible. That would be so much time left with them. So I think they're 12. So that's pretty awesome. I'm still listening to see what David's doing. I should have a button grabbing. Teeny Button. I'm sorry, seriously, all over the place. Teeny Button is Robin from New Orleans. She's a full-time student working on her marketing degree. She's been knitting seriously for the last 7 years. She spins, sews, and dyes. And she wants to start a podcast. So, Teeny Button, I will send you a message sometime when I get my act together. And I don't know any tips or tricks besides just do it. But, you know, I'll send you a message and we can chat. So, La Jolla Girl is Nancy from Texas. She is also coming to visit from the Canadian Knitter podcast. She's crocheted since she was little and learned to knit as an adult. And then the last introduction this week is Zoe DB. She was given a link to one of my episodes when I talked about my Doctor Who scarf. And she was looking to make one of her own. She's crocheted mostly. She's a new knitter. She's got a YouTube channel. She's got a YouTube channel that shows her finished objects and works in progress for crochet called 24 Karat Crochet. So another one I'll have to check out. And thank you for checking in. And we had a small little talk on Facebook about the Doctor Who scarf. So it's such a fun project. So best of luck on that. And if you have any questions, you know, obviously I've only made one and it wasn't like, you know, super duper accurate or anything, but it was fun. It only took me 2 weeks to do, so it was pretty cool. Let's see. Kind of like out of order here. Okay, so yes. That's what I get for making notes on pieces of paper. In VKN news, so Virtual Knit Night, I've been hosting every other Fridays. I've kind of been every third Friday, whatever, but Jen from the Uncreative Crafter podcast, which of course you all know Jen because, you know, I can't not talk about her at least once per my podcast. Her podcast gets mentioned. So she's going to co-host with me on Friday nights. So when I can't be there, she'll be there. So, or, you know, we'll just both post it in our threads because kind of like if you watch Stitching Even More with Amanda or Love Knots with Rachel, which Rachel, hello, you need to record again someday. It's been a while. They host a joint VKN on Mondays. So the Uncreative Crafter and the Cat Lady podcast will now be co-hosting a podcast or VKN Fridays. So I'm just going to put in my thread that every Friday, potentially VKN with me and Jen. So speaking of this Friday, Jen will be setting it up 7 o'clock. I usually start at 7:30 because I have to put the kids to bed at 7. So, but Jen will be there at 7 o'clock this Friday. Just look in my group or her group for the link and come on and chat. So I am hopefully going on a date night this Friday with my husband. So we got a sitter lined up. So yay. Okay, last thing in podcast news, winter camp. I'm not going to go into all the details about winter camp. If you don't know about winter camp, please check out the thread. There's links to videos and blah, blah, blah. Is that going to be the title of my episode, blah, blah, blah? Because I seem to say that a lot today. Sign-ups end December 20th. So far, there's over 200 people signed up, so that's really cool. We've also added in another camp leader. So we have Sue from Two Tangled Skeins. We have Sarah, the Canadian knitter. We have Jen, the uncreative crafter. We have Jessica, Serrano Crafts. Jen, the did I already say Jen? I don't know. Amanda, Stitching You More. Jen, the uncreative crafter. I don't think I said her. Me, Cat Lady. And then now Lynn from Two Tangled Skein. So the other Tangled Skein, we figured she was originally gonna be a leader, but then, you know, some things came up and she wasn't sure if she could commit, but now she's back and we're good to go. So, and that's good. We have over 200 people, so, you know, just makes it a little more manageable. And again, we have another week to sign up. So if you are interested in a fun 3-month knitting extravaganza, come check out the information about winter camp. Go sign up. There's a separate Ravelry group for it and everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm already been spreadsheeting and planning my projects and everything, so it's going to be fun. And if you are interested in being a featured designer, which allows our campers to get bonus points for using your patterns, you also must let us know by the 20th, because we will then assign what months are which designer, and the only thing we ask for designers to do is offer a coupon code for the month that you are the featured designer, so that our campers can come check out your patterns and get a little discount for using them for that month. So some of the designers have also donated patterns for prizes. So we have a good list of them, but, you know, again, we can take more. So, you know, we'll just divvy them up equally throughout the month. So if a camper uses that featured designer, they get extra bonus points for that month. So that's it for winter camp. That's it for podcast news. And that, like, where we're at, we're at 17 minutes of podcast news. So knitting's gonna take 2 seconds. So we're on to knitting. I have a finished object. It is currently in the washing machine. Or no, it's in the dryer now. It's currently in the dryer, so you can't see it, but I will show a picture. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this picture. Or the squared version of that picture. I'll show the full version. These are my 2 at a time toe up magic loop mosaic socks. Vanilla, no pattern, just kind of winging it. Double zeros. I did, like I said, toe up. I increased to 68 stitches, which I thought was going to be good, and when I put it on, it was pretty snug, but it loosened up a lot. I don't know if it should have went down in my stitch count at all. It's not really a great fit. I did an afterthought heel, which was the first time I did that, which I was a little confused about how it works, and I still think I didn't do it completely right, but it's a heel, it's fine. I don't think I'd do it again. I really wasn't thrilled with it. So my quest for the perfect sock is still in full swing. That was not it. And I didn't make it tall enough. I like tall socks, and I think that was a part of the problem too, because they keep falling down. Because, like, okay, so can't see my foot. Usually, you know, I like my socks up to like here. Something like that. Here. This has been where my socks are. This one comes to like here. So, you know, it's not as snug here as it is here because my leg is wider here, so it kind of holds on a little tighter. And I didn't do a lot of ribbing. I did like 20 rows of ribbing. So, yeah, it keeps falling down. It's not quite right. But I just threw them in the wash and dryer, hoping maybe that might just, like, because I've done that with all the other socks I've made, and it helps a little, so. But they are Knit Fix Felici, size double zeros. You know, keep on trying. So, on to whips. That was my only finished object. And I have a half object, actually. So, it's kind of because I actually don't have anything officially on the needle right now. I finished another sock. So, did things differently again. First of all, this is my accidental Jingle Bell sock, as I will call it. Actually, on my project page, I just call them my Jingle Bells. But this is Knit Picks Felici in the Jingle colorway. I got gifted some of these skeins from a friend of the podcast, so starting to try to get these. My goal is to get 2 pair of tube socks and a pair of socks for me all done by Christmas. So I'm running out of time, but I got one of mine done, and this is obviously, my socks are going to take longer than the tube socks, and I started this on Saturday. So 1 sock and finished it last night, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 4 days. Yeah, pretty good. So maybe I can finish the other one by the end of the week. That would be cool. However, I did have a lot of time in the car, and I was at the cottage this weekend, so that always lends to more time for knitting. So, but anyways, this was intentionally going to be a tube sock for Emily. I cast on 20 stitches, which I usually cast on 24 for my toe, and I increased to 50 something. I think her pattern, I think the last sock I did for her, I did 1.5, and I did 48 stitches. So I thought, okay, well, I'm doing 1, so they need to be a little bit more stitches. So I was going to say like 52. I did 52, and I think I tried it on her, and I'm like, well, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger so that it, you know, there's a little grow room. Well, somehow I managed to cast on 60. I'm like, what? There might have been drinking involved that night, too, because, you know, it was a Saturday night. We were all hanging out, having some drinks and whatever. So all of a sudden, there's 60 stitches. I'm like, this looks kind of big. And then I look up in my project page, and my paw track socks that I did were on size 1s, and they were 60 stitches. I'm like, oh, well, this is my sock size, apparently. So I just went with it and made it for me. Now, I am OCD about my socks. I like them to match, and I don't like the weird broken stripes in the middle. So I figured out a way, like I read about it, a way to make your stripes. Because look how perfect that looks. Isn't that amazing? Perfect. The back, of course, then you have the heel, you know. So it goes green, red, white, and then it goes red, white again. So the back is not the same pattern, of course, but the front is perfect. David's still in the bathroom. Excuse me 1 moment. David, get out of the bathroom. David, get out of the bathroom. Anyways, it's perfect. So what I did is I broke the yarn. So I ended at almost done with the green stripe, like I was pretty much on the last bit of green. And then I stopped for my heel. So it was close to 8 inches. And, you know, it's like you just gotta kind of pray that it's gonna be close to the foot size you need. And, you know, it's probably like a row or 2 short on the front, but not enough to be noticeable. So then I did my heel, and I did the Fish Lips Kiss heel, which I love. I really love that heel. It's just such an easy heel. I like doing the heel I like doing the heel right then and there just to get it over with. That's a nice heel. It just works up so nice. And then I broke the yarn, pulled out I ended at part of the white. So then I pulled out the rest of the white. I think that was it. Oh no, I needed a red. So I pulled out white and the green. The rest of the white and then the green. And then I got to the red and started at the red. Then when I was joining back in, I picked up 2 stitches on each side. I mean, look at this. I'm still pretty impressed with this sock. Because, you know, you always get that little gap on the side. And of course, there's still a little, but not really. No, I guess I really wouldn't even consider that a gap. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, look at that. That's pretty good. So I picked up 2 stitches, pretty much one on the side with the twin stitch, or basically heel side, and one on the other side. And I picked it up next time when I knit the other one, I'm going to have to like take a picture and show you which ones, because I kind of like picked up one, like, so you have your V, and I picked up the farther one and kind of pulled it up and over so that it really pulls it. Because if I pulled the other V, it's gonna stretch and leave a gap. So I pulled the V, the left leg, so that it kind of comes over top the right leg, if that makes sense. Then I knit 3 together on the side. So I just knit 3 stitches together. So I had the 2, one of them on each side, and I knit it together with the one on the end. So again, I was kind of winging it, so I'm going to have to try to replicate that for the sock too, because it turned out really nice. I mean, yeah, here's the other side too. There's like no gap. And I didn't sew anything up. There's no ends have been woven or anything, so that's perfect. And this fits good. I do worry about this being on the ones that, you know, that's nice and snug, which is the fit I want. But, you know, you get that stretch, you know, and then it sort of looks like that when it's on. And same with the heel, you know, the heel's kind of stretched out. And I feel like it's a little, I'm afraid it's going to wear out, you know. Ideally, I won't wear them, you know, more than once a week. Jen's like, oh, they're just seasonal. I'm like, no, I don't want to wear them all the time, though. You know, like, I'd like to have 14 to 20 pairs of socks, knit socks, so I can wear a pair every day in the winter, of course. You know, I guess I won't be wearing them in the summer. I should make a lot of shorty socks for the summers, because I still wear socks in the summer. I mean, who am I kidding? I still wear my boots and my pants all summer. I'm not really a shorts person, so I'll probably wear them all summer too. But they might be too warm. I don't know. I also did like 50-ish rows of ribbing, which kind of sucked, but huge difference in fit. So again, Jen the Uncreative Crafter, that's what she does. And apparently I'm her little copycat. So yeah, this was a great idea. So it holds on to my leg much better. So I'm very happy with the sock. I'm thinking zeros are going to be the perfect sock for me. So this was the ones, and that was an accident, but, you know, I'm going to do the other one. I have my yarn already broken and ready to go, starting with green. Because I'm, like I said, I'm OCD with my socks. So I have that ready to go. I'm going to cast that on today. And, again, that's in my Sue bag, Tangled TNCA. So that's all I'm working on. I have that sock, and then I will start the tube socks all over again. I will do them planning on doing them on the size ones, and I will do Emily's first and then David's. And I'll try to be a little more careful about, I should just try them cuffed down, frankly. I should just go with the stitch size I was thinking before, so like 52, and just go cuffed down. And I don't know, but then I got a Kitchener and stuff. I don't know. I do like toe up. Whatever, I don't know. Eventually I'd like to try a pair of cuff down for myself too, but I digress. So that's it for knitting. Sewing. So you saw I'm almost done with the bags for the catalog prize. So here's a couple more. These all need to be ironed and the casing sewn. So there's a pretty red flowers. I got some pretty gray birds. I really like that one. And other birds. And then this one's a little bit smaller because I think the interior fabric was just a little bit smaller. It was a fat quarter, so this one's kind of small looking, but it's still going to hold 2 skeins of yarn without a problem, and still I'd still say it's easily sock size, but the little swirls on there. That turned out pretty cute. And another fox, so there's 2 foxes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags that need to be casings and cords, and then a whole crap ton of other stuff that I need to get done. So in the sewing department, and sorry, my hair keeps falling in my face. That's it. Just up next, as far as the rest of the month, like I mentioned, I'm planning for camp. I'm not going to get a lot more knitting done. It's just going to be the socks probably. I don't really want to cast anything else on until camp. Just because I want to save that stuff to start, because I have a few big projects in mind, and actually I already made a spreadsheet of things I'm going to make, and I started printing off patterns, so I have all my patterns printed, things I want to make. So I have a sweater, I have the hitchhiker, I have an ascot, bow tie ascot. I'm debating the color affection. There's going to be a color affection knit along with the Yarner Woman podcast, and I do want to do it, and I have pattern here, but it looks a little complicated. I don't know if I have the yarn for it, because it takes like 3 different colors, it looks like, of yarn that you kind of intermingle, and I don't know if I'm up to the challenge. I have to read through the pattern. It looks a little bit complicated though. So I don't know if you've done it before. What do you think? Is it something I can do realistically? But you know, it's like I'm gonna have a sweater going. So that's going to be my big project. So I'm wondering if the color affection is just too big to have going at the same time as the sweater. Because then I'll have the hitchhiker, which will be short. I'll have some fingerless mitts. I'll have socks. I figure a sock per month. So I'm aiming for like 2 projects a month. So, or 6 projects total. So the sweater is going to go throughout all 3 months. There's no question. So then a sock, 3 socks, and then hitchhiker and the ascot, and then fingerless mitts. So I think that's plenty. I mean, I feel like I don't knit that fast. However, now you're gonna have to call me the cat lady with a K, because I'm not gonna be doing anything else. I'm so apologize for all my podcast listeners or watchers that like to see the other crafts. Probably not going to do a lot of other crafts because I'm going to be knitting for camp, so I'm sorry. But, it's going to be fun, and I will do my best to squeeze in other projects. I'll probably still want to be sewing. I did toy around with opening an Etsy shop, so, of course I'll want to get bags and stuff in there too. But, I'm going to be knitting all the things, really. So, and I haven't touched my wheel in forever. So I really miss the spinning. I'm hoping to maybe squeeze some in there. If I wasn't doing these darn socks, I would spin, but I really want to get these Christmas socks done too. So I want to do all the things. I can't help it. So it's just how it goes. So hopefully you still stick around. If not, I hope to see you at the end of March, which actually at the end of March too is my 1-year podiversary. So right at the end of camp will also be my 1-year podiversary. So please come back at the end of March if you are going to take a hiatus and join me for my 1-year podiversary, because I'm going to hopefully have some fun prizes and stuff. So I feel like it's too early to ask for prizes for my podiversary, but I'll just throw it out there if you got anything you want to donate. In March, end of March. My first episode was March 31st, so that's like when camp ends. So that's it. Stash. Not a lot, but I got a little. I have stash coming. But I had a nice breakfast with my friend on last Friday, and it happened to be just like a block away from the yarn store that's in town. So I went to the local yarn store in Rochester, Michigan, which is Skeins on Main. And we just went there to poke around. She's not a knitter, but she'd like to learn how to knit, and she liked looking at all the pretty yarns with me. But we stumbled across this little gem, and this was a mill end. I should have took a picture of the tag. This one didn't have a tag on it, but I think it was Stonehenge Mill, which is a local Michigan mill. And so they had just a whole wall full of these mill ends. And so yeah, they were all these very eclectic things. I mean, look how pretty this is. I mean, there are knots in it. I have at least seen one in here, but it's a mill end, so what do you expect? But oh my gosh. So they just combined all these bits and bobs and spun them together. I'm trying to figure out the weight of this. I think it's whatever the step above fingering. So maybe it's either a heavy fingering or sport. So when I wind it up, because I want to use this for camp, I was going to do fingerless mitts with it. When I wind it up, I'm going to have to pull out my nifty wraps per inch gauge. Oh, here it is, made out of a bigger box. And see what I did. I tried to do something and it came out fingering, but I just don't see this as fingering. So I want to say it's more sport. I mean, when I compare it to the jingle here, it looks thicker. So, but maybe it would be comparable to like a Patton's Croy sock. I'm going to still say it's more sport. So, but I like it. It's super pretty. Different colors, just kind of a fun little thing. So I'm excited to see how that knits up. So that was pretty much it for Stash. However, I did win a little mini skein giveaway with Fiber Stash, which she is a indie dyer in Vermont. So she has a Ravelry group. I will link to that. And she was doing a giveaway for a mini. And I think she ended up giving away like 6 of them or something. So me and like half the group of people I talk to on a daily basis all got mini. So, but this is the mini, and it's pretty big mini. I want to say it was, I forgot. I think I measured it, but I don't remember. But it was called Pick Your Own, and it's got sparkle in it. So can't wait to put that in my blanket. So, which my blanket is not gonna get. Oh, blanket, yes. Blanket squares are worth 1 point each, so I can work on my blanket. So I'll probably work on my blanket a lot too, just if I need a break from something big. So yeah. And then, if you were around this weekend on Instagram, You might have heard of the hashtag that was going around called Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. I can't pronounce her name. Tega Hillard. She's a designer. She is, I think she's got like 10,000 followers on Instagram, but I think she started it last year. That's the rumor, that she's the one who started it, which I think, and that's the one I saw first. So, basically, you posted a little graphic that was made, and you just said, I'm looking for some, one of my wishes was just some Juliana's fiber. I've always wanted to try Juliana's fiber. So someone chimed in, I have some Juliana's fiber, I'll send it to you. And then, so anytime someone popped up like, I'm looking for a project bag, I chimed in, oh yeah, I make project bags. I'd send a picture, and is this something you want? So after Friday, that was Friday and Saturday, so all throughout Friday and Saturday, it's still going on. So if you want to check it out, just go to the Instagram, search hashtag Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. There's a few poking around still. It was very, very heavy on Friday, still pretty heavy on Saturday, so it's kind of slowing down now. But anyways, so I sent out 6 packages total. So here's the picture I posted on Instagram. In those packages, one of them included wishes for 2 people, her and her mom, so technically 7. So 7 bags. So there were 7 project bags, and all of them were ones that I already had done. I just was like, hey, I have this and this. Would any of those look good? Or, you know, do you have certain colors you like? And, you know, all of the ones that I posted were taken for grabs, so that was cool, because, you know, they wouldn't be getting their wishes anytime soon the way I sew, so it was nice to just give out. And I had all that stockpile from the would-be craft show. So, yeah, I mean, I'm giving away all the stuff I'm supposed to be selling, but whatever. In return, so I had 7 bags, and then 3 skeins of yarn. So I gave 2 skeins of sock yarn away. Just some, she's new to sock knitting, so she was looking for anything to do with sock knitting. So I sent a bag, and then 2 skeins of just some premier yarns. So it's like, I'm like, you know, it's cheap yarn, but good practice. Good way to practice for your first pair of socks. And then I didn't have any extra sock needles, so hopefully someone sent her needles. And then someone that was kind of newish to knitting or wanted to relearn to knit, so she was looking for anything to do with knitting, so I sent a skein of just some Lion Brand acrylic yarn and a little bag. One of the bag, not a drawstring bag, it was one of those other little bags that I made a long time ago with a little magnet closure. It was kind of more of a little handle bag. It's a bag, but figured why not. She didn't ask for bags, but so I threw that in there. And then some straight needles and a pair of DPNs and like 1 circular. So just random stuff that I had 2 sets of that circular size, or those DPNs that I never used. They were like size 7. It's like I'm never going to use 2 pairs of size 7 DPNs at the same time, particularly. And then I threw in some tea and some candies in some of them, and a couple of washcloths. I threw in a couple of them if there was not much else in there. In return, I will be getting 5 skeins of yarn. So that's crazy. I mean, as long as it pans out and I get them. So, but how cool is that? So, you know, I granted 7-ish, 6.5, and got back 5. So that was awesome. So I get to try a bunch of new yarns, and it's all stuff I've never used before. So Juliana's, I think Ancient Fiber Arts. One that's a mystery, so I guess I don't know. I just said something indie dyed, and she's like, I got something, and she didn't tell me what it was. Something speckled, because I've never used speckled yarn, so I don't know what brand that's going to be either. Gradient set, lace weight. So that's going to be a whole bag of something new. First of all, it's gradient, which is awesome, because I want something gradient and lace, which I've never knitted with lace, so very excited to see that. So that's going to be awesome. And then a cowl that someone's sending me as a swap. So I sent her back. She's like, I'm just going to put this in my Etsy shop. It's kind of some funky, spunky cowl. I'm like, sure, why not? It's pretty. It's got purple in it too, which is like one of my favorite colors. So I got 1 package coming from the United Kingdom, and I have 1 package that went to the United Kingdom, which was not cheap to ship. I went to the post office, and I'm like, oh. So it's like, you know, these are all free stuff, but, you know, cost me kind of a lot in shipping, but that's okay. It was fun. But I thought in honor of that, I would set up a thread. So if anyone's watching, and if you did try to do the Instagram thing and it didn't pan out, what was your wish? Tell me what your wish was. If you still have a wish that's floating around that you want granted, I'm going to put it in the thread. Ideally, if you haven't had a wish granted, but whatever. If you just, what's your wish? Let's just start a thread of wishes. Maybe it doesn't matter. Just let's start a thread of wishes, and if anyone in the group reads that and wants to grant your wish, let's have our own little game here. So, just curious to see what your wish would be. What your yarn crafty wish would be. And of course there are a bunch of spin-offs. What's your cross stitch wish and quilt wish, and now there's a washi tape wish. But what's your wish? Let's just play. And we don't have we're no guarantees that anything's gonna be fulfilled, but if anyone feels giving and wants to participate in our own little cat lady wish, feel free. So I'll even throw one more wish in there just because I did ask for I'd like a project bag, I put Bags by Awesome Granny because she's a popular bag maker. But I'm thinking like a wedge bag, zipper bag, some kind of bag that's different than drawstring. I have a drawstring from Amanda that I love, and I have the Japanese. I adore this bag too. And then of course that's it. Those are the only two non-my bags I have, because I just figure I make bags that work. Why get another one? But I would really I really need a big bag because I'm gonna make a sweater, and I really would like a big zipper bag, like a big sweater bag. And that's kind of, those aren't cheap, so that's a big wish to ask for. But I'll just put it in the thread, just to start the thread off. And if you have anything you want to wish for, put it in there, and, we'll just see what happens. And we can leave it up for as long as we want, so. And if you hear that weird dinosaur screaming weird, that's just David. So that was fun. That was fun this weekend. I really had fun with that. So, stash is coming. So cool. That's it. Weekend review. I had breakfast with my friend on Friday. Saturday we went Christmas tree shopping, and it's so we're going on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days of our Christmas tree, and it's still only decorated like the bottom. We've let the kids put up some ornaments, and that's about it. We just haven't. The lights are on. We just haven't got to it. We got back on Sunday so Saturday we went to the cottage, my in-laws' place. We went to a Christmas train ride thingy at Huckleberry Railroad, and then we stayed the night at the lake house my in-laws have, and that wasn't too far from there. And we stayed up really late. There was a MSU game on, so everyone was watching the game, and the kids were up until midnight, which Emily's never up till midnight, and she was pretty good. She got a little second wind, weird craziness for a while. David went to bed at 8 because he couldn't even stand on his 2 feet anymore. But it was just Jim and I don't stay up that late either, so it was late and we were all tired. So Sunday then, David woke up at like 6. Emily wasn't too far behind there, so both kids were just like loopy and just out of it. And Jim was tired, and we were there till like 2 o'clock-ish, so we didn't get home until like 3. We had the tree, but we didn't decorate it. So by the time we got home, it's like the last thing we wanted to do was decorate the tree. So we let the kids put up some ornaments. I took a few pictures. Put the angel on top. The tree's huge. Because last year the tree was too small. I'm like, we're not getting a tree that's too small. So I made sure we got a big tree. And yeah, it's huge. But I love it. It's beautiful. So yeah, and so then that was Sunday. So then Monday, we just didn't get to it. Was it Monday or yesterday? Yesterday, I think the kids put up some more ornaments, but Emily wants to put up all the fragile ones, and she can't reach that high, and then she's grabbing a step stool to put. I'm like, no, you're not putting them fragile ornaments on a step stool. That's just not gonna happen. So we're done. We're done. You got all the non-fragile ornaments on. We're done. So now Jim and I need to do the rest of the tree probably tomorrow. I think we've put it on the agenda for tomorrow. So yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just been just crazy. So. I'm tired this week. It's just been a week. Today's been a day. I missed the bus with Emily this morning. As soon as we walked out the door and got out into the driveway, the bus was pulling away. It's like, And it was a minute or two early because I don't like to get there super early because I don't want to stand out in the cold for that long. And again, you know, we got ready about the same time we always do, but the kids were just hemming and hawing and getting their boots on and getting their coats on. It took forever, and David always takes forever. And we woke up, actually the kids woke up on time this morning, which typically doesn't happen, so we were kind of running late because, you know, we were on time from where my alarm goes off, but usually we're up like 15 minutes earlier than that, so I don't want to get up any earlier, though. I really don't. So, yeah, so that was like, that just threw off the whole day. Literally threw off the whole day, threw off. So I, you know, get in the car, we gotta go. So I drive to school. She's freaking out because as soon as we get there, I'm like, I can't get out of the car with you. You have to go. I'm trying to tell her where to go, and I don't even know where she's supposed to go, to be honest, because I've never taken her to school. So I'm like, well, just go through that door. No, I can't go through that door. I'm like, okay, just go through the main door. And then she's crying, and I'm like, oh gosh. And then, so I'm driving away as she's bawling her eyes out, walking towards the main entrance, and I see the principal, and I kind of flag her down. I'm like, can you help her get in and make sure she's okay? And she's like, oh yeah, and she goes. So I'm assuming, I know she's fine. She's fine. But she had a rough morning too, so I'll be interested to see how the rest of her day went. Lost my train of thought there. So, okay, so I get her to school, and then I take David to school, and then I'm supposed to go grocery shopping this morning. That was the plan. I stop at Panera, figure, yeah, I'm gonna get a breakfast, because it's just, I'm already just thrown off. So I stop and and I start writing my show notes, I'm like, whatever. And I'm thinking, maybe I'll just wait to do my grocery shopping, you know. But so I get home, I get some laundry going, I'm just trying to be productive. I start taking apart the vacuum cleaner, because the vacuum cleaner doesn't work. Which, we just got a Christmas tree. It's a real Christmas tree. There's pine needles everywhere. So we need our vacuum cleaner to work. So it's a Dyson, and it's just not sucking up anything. So, you know, we Google it and whatever. Jim sent me a video of how to clean it. So I'm taking apart the thing to get the filters out, and I snap a piece. It's not broken. It's just, like, cracked. I'm like, I don't think that filter is really made to be taken out, but, you know, the video's like, oh, take out the filter and wash it. Like, So I took out the filter, washed it, washed the other stuff, took some air and sprayed into the whole cone thingy, and hopefully that works. If it doesn't, I'm going to be really ticked off. But we got to wait like 24 hours for the thing to dry, because all the filters are soaking wet, so, and you don't want to put them back in the machine all wet. So, waiting to see if my vacuum cleaner works. But in the meantime, part is now cracked. So that's great. Husband texts me saying, I got a phone call from our insurance company. Our insurance is going up this year because of Andrea's driving record. Of course, I had the accident in the middle of the summer, and I took a driver's class to make sure that didn't go to insurance. However, I got another ticket on the way to Michigan Fiber Fest later that summer, which he told me there wasn't going to be any points. So, I don't know. But do they still just report it to insurance? I don't know how that works. But I'm just... It wasn't much. It wasn't a lot. It doesn't matter. To get a text saying, our insurance is going up because of your driving record, it makes me feel like crap. So then, he's like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm like, I know. I just feel like a jerk. So all this just, you know, it's all dumb stuff. It's not a big deal. None of it's huge, but it just makes you feel like crap, and it just kind of ruins your day. So it's just been a crappy morning. So I'm like, pizza tonight. We're doing pizza. The kitchen's still a disaster. I gotta clean. I didn't go grocery shopping, so I don't need food. So we're doing pizza. So, and we have a date night Friday, so that'll be nice and well needed. So that'll be good. We have our elf that's come to visit. Santa has sent a little elf to us. His name is Candy Cane. His or her. It flip-flops if it's a boy or girl. Emily says it's a girl sometimes, but then she'll say he. Sometimes she'll say she. But Candy Cane has been fun. She arrived on our Christmas tree and then has kind of moved around the house a little bit. So that's a fun little elf. This week, I'm going to finish my socks, hopefully. We have a birthday party this weekend. We got to decorate our tree. We got to take our family picture for our Christmas card, which we are hoping to do tonight. I said I showered and did my hair, so we can do it tonight. Because we were going to do it yesterday, but I looked like a mess and I had my pajamas on all day. So I'm like, no, not tomorrow. Or not today. So that's it. Under an hour. fairly. I did it. So, hope everyone has a good week. I hope you are getting through your holiday madness better than I am. And if you want to chat on Friday, please check out our VKN. Check out the link in my thread or in Jen the Uncreative Crafters thread. Just look through all the threads, all the top threads in my group. Look for come and introduce yourself. Check out the promotional stuff. Red Umbrella Yarns just posted a really awesome color that I love in the promo thread that I want to buy. So, very pretty. And then there's the coupon codes. If you have an Etsy or YouTube, come promote yourself in the self-promotion thread. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. I will see you next time.